Welcome to Unit 2 Matrix Review. In this video, we are going to cover number 12 through 19. On number 12, it says, find the inverse of each 2 by 2 matrix if there is one. If not, write no inverse exists. Okay? On number 12, first of all, to find your matrix, you need to find your inverse, you have to find your determinant. So let's figure out our determinant. Our determinant is going to be negative 4 times 2 minus negative 9 times 0. Okay? So your determinant comes out to be negative 8 plus 9, which comes out to be, this is 0, so it's just negative 8. So, and then to find your inverse, you take your determinant, which is 1 over 8, and the symbol for inverse, I'm going to call this one my A matrix, is that negative 1 shows you that's an inverse. So you're going to take 1/8 times the adjugate matrix, and this is your adjugate matrix, okay? You switch the A into D, so negative 4 goes down to the D position, 2 goes up to the A position, and then you're going to negate 9. That means you take the opposite. Opposite of negative 9 is positive 9, opposite of 0 is 0. And then all you're going to do is you're going to multiply it all the way through. So 2 times 1 is 2 over 8. 0 times 1 is 0 over 8. Okay? And if you want to write that, you can, because we're going to simplify it. 9 times 1 is 9 over 8, and negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 over 8. So your solution, when you simplify it, here's your inverse. Okay? 2 over 8 is the same as 1/4. 0 over 8 is 0. 9 over 8 stays the same. And then negative 4 over 8 is negative 1 over 2. Let me write that a little bit bigger. And there you have your solution. That's your inverse. So the inverse is going to help us solve in the next section. All right. Number 13. Let's find our determinant first. Your determinant is going to be negative 11 times negative 1 minus negative 1 times negative 11. And I can do all that in my calculator, as you can see. Negative times negative is positive 11, minus a negative times a negative is 11. Okay? It comes out to be 0. As you can see, if you were trying to find the inverse, you would have 1 over 0 times your adjugate, switch the 2 position, negate the other 2. Now, can you divide anything by 0? No, so your solution is undefined. Okay. Number 14. Okay. When you guys are taking your test, you could type this in to your calculator, just like I showed you, to get your answer. However, I will be getting the determinant, I will be grading for your determinant, and I will be grading for your adjugate matrix as well. So if you just give me this answer, you are not going to get full credit on this test, okay? However, you can go alpha zoom. Now that only goes to 6. Keep that in mind. If you have more columns, you cannot use alpha zoom. And I'm going to have a 2 by 2, okay? Enter. So negative 4, right click to 0. Right click, negative 9, right click 2. Now if your calculator does not do the right click, then you can push enter. And the inverse button is right here. See the negative 1? Okay, that tells you you're going to find that inverse. It's going to give you decimals, but I would like fractions, so convert that to a fraction. Notice how the answers are exactly the same, okay? Oh, I'm so sorry, this should be a positive, because that's a negative 8, my fault. That should be a negative, and this should also be a negative, okay? That's my fault. That's a negative 8. Sorry. All right. I had a negative up here, but I didn't put it down here for number 12. And so there's your negative 8. And so there's your answer right there, positive 1/2. See how they match up? And you can check your answers right here. But like I said, I will be grading for this part, your determinant, and your adjugate matrix. That is part of your solution. Number 14. Okay, let's look at number 14. Same concept. Find your determinant first. So it'll be negative 3 times negative 4 minus negative 2 times negative 9. And you can punch all that to your calculator. So that is 12 minus negative times a negative is positive. It comes out to be negative 6. So your determinant is 1 over negative 6. Take your adjugate, switch these two, negate the other two. And there you have it. Okay? So here's your math. Negative 4 over 6, negative 6, 9 over negative 6, 2 over negative 6, negative 3 over negative 6. So your inverse comes out to be 2/3, negative 3 over 2, negative 1/3, and 1/2. Okay? Use your calculator to check your answers. But I will be checking for this and this. Just keep that in mind. All right. Alpha zoom, 2 and 2, enter. So I have negative 3, negative 9, negative 2, and negative 4. Inverse, equal. Convert it to fraction. 2/3, negative 3 over 2, negative 1/3, and 1/2. Same answer. Okay? 15. Find your determinant first. So 5 times 3 minus 5 times 4. Okay? So our determinant is 15 minus 20, which comes out to be negative 5. So 1 over negative 5 times your adjugate, 3, 5, negative 5, negative 4. Okay? And that comes out to be 3 over negative 5, negative 4 over negative 5, negative 5 over negative 5, and 5 over negative 5. And of course you need to simplify. And when you do, you get negative over 3/5, positive 4 over 5, positive 1, and negative 1. Always simplify. Okay? Double check your answers. You go back to the original matrix to check your answers. Alpha zoom. Okay, so 2 by 2. 5, right click. 4, right click. 5, right click. 3, right click to the negative 1. Convert that to a fraction. And so did it match up? Perfect. So there you have your inverse. Answers only right there is not going to be acceptable. You have to show your adjugate and you have to show your determinant to get full credit. On 16, you are going to be encoding. Okay? Here is the work that shows for both of us. That's going to work. Give me those points is what I want you guys to say. Now, if you will count, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I put a space there. And I put a space in mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I took 18 and I divided it into 2 rows. Why? Because this is a 2 by 2. And that gave me 9 columns. And if you look, I went on and I just found G is 7, I is 9, M is 13. So I found the numeric number, the number that goes with every one of my variables, every one of my alphabets. And it goes right here, and it's a 2 by 9. Okay? So this is the code that you need to, it says encode the following message using the encryption matrix below. So you're going to take the inverse of this one, okay? And I want you to encode it. So you're going to take 6, 2, 3, and negative 4. 2 by 2, and I want you to give me the encoded matrix. You ready? Okay. Now if you take a look, this is a 2 by 9, and because it's a 2 by 9, I cannot use alpha zoom, because alpha zoom only goes to 6. So what you need to do is you actually need to go to second matrix, okay? Right click to edit. That's not what I wanted. Let's go back again. Right click to edit and hit 1. I need to change those numbers. This is a 2 by 2. Okay. So 6, right click, 2, right click. Do you notice how it doesn't work on here. And since it doesn't, you can push enter and it will move it to the right. 2, enter. 3, enter. -4, enter. And that's your 2 by 2. Okay, so you got to enter the other matrix as well. So go to second matrix, right click to edit. We're going to pick B. So hit 2. This time we have a 2 by 9. So let me change my dimension. 2 by 9. Hit enter. And I'm going to enter all these entries. So 7, enter. 9, enter. 13, enter. 13, enter. 5, enter. 0. 20. 8. 15. 19. 5. 0. 16. 15. 9. 14. 20. And 19. Okay? If one of your number is wrong, it will make this whole thing wrong. So make sure you double check very carefully. This just means you have information in front. All right? Now you're going to get out of that. And I want you to encode it for me. So what you're going to do is you're going to second quit, get out of it. Go grab your matrix 1, which is your A. Okay? Here's your A. And we're going to call this one B. I'm going to multiply times my matrix B. Second matrix, B is number 2. And that's going to give me my encoding. Alright? So what do you have? We'll call this one C. Okay? Matrix C. So you have 80, -55, 64, and 7. Instead of going across, I'm going to go up and down. And the reason I want to go up and down is so that way when I scroll to the right, I can have all my numbers, okay? Because if you mess up on one number, it's going to mess everything up. And if you just right click, it'll move it for you. 60, -45, 18, -36. I still got some numbers. 148, 4, 88, -56. Okay. I'm running out of room. So I'm just writing my numbers down. You see it right there? 128 and -31. And that is my code that I could send out and no one will know what those numbers mean. Okay. So there you have it. Alright. Now number 17 says, this time, instead of coding, I'm going to decode. This right here was your coding. Now we're going to decode the following message using the same encryption matrix from the previous problem. So, what you're going to do is, you're going to take the inverse of the first one times the inverse of your C, and that's going to give you your B. Okay? So this one is my C. So I want to see what the answer is going to say. So I'm going to take the inverse, which is 6, 2, 3, -4. Raise that to a -1. That's my A. Times the inverse of C. Okay? Now I'm not going to write all that out, but you guys can. But I just want to show you what I'm going to do. And that's going to give me the number I need. Alright, so to go that, let me clear this. Go to Alpha Zoom, and I can do that because this is only a 2 by 2. Enter. 6, right click 2, right click 3, right click -4. To the -1 times. Okay? Now, if you look at C, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am not able to go to Alpha Zoom for that one. So I need to go and pull that out first. So I'm going to go to edit and I'm going to put C, which is 3. And it's a 2 by, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 2 by 8. Okay? As I'm going to enter all these numbers that I see right here. 156, 120, 162. If one number is off, you can mess up a few letters. 114, 70, 0, 63, -15, -9, -72, -17, 42, -65, 0. Okay, everyone see it right there? And I enter it. So now I'm going to get out of it, okay? And I did the inverse already, and now I want you to go and grab C, second matrix, 3. All right, and so it gives me the decoding. Let me put that in 3. 25, 3, 15, 15, 21, 18, 0, 18, 1, 5, 18, 3, 5, 20, and then 0, 0. Okay, everyone see it right there? And now I'm going to decode. So look on the board. Okay, I took a picture of it, so I didn't have to turn around, but I want you guys to see. 25 is what letter? Y. 15 is O. 21 is U. Space U. 1 is A. 18 is R. UR5 is E. Okay? Space UR3 is C. 15 is O. 18 is R. 5 is, I can already make out the word a little bit. 3 is C, and 20 is T. Space. So, guess what it says? You are correct. And there I have decoded. Okay? All right. Number 18, you are now going to solve each one using matrix, solve systems. Okay, here we go. First of all, I'm going to write my coefficient matrix. Okay, so that's negative 3, 9, 6, and 3. All right. And so to set it up, you would take that times your variable matrix, which is x and y, equal that to your constant matrix, which is negative 3 and negative 15. Now, I only wrote that out, but you don't have to, okay? All you're going to do is you're going to take this one right here, and you're going to take the inverse of it, which is negative 3, 6, 9, and 3. And you're going to take the inverse of that one, okay? You're going to multiply it times your, I just went blank. You multiply the inverse times your